they were like the elite culture of the world at that time point, right? I mean, they were probably even years ahead of the Persian Empire, right? They had paper money. They had they had diversified their economy, right? These are the first people who said, well, we don't need to make rice, in order to live. We're just going to make tea. Like, let's just focus on tea, right? And someone else says, well, let's just work on ceramics, right? We're just going to do ceramics, right? And someone else goes, I'm not going to try to do subsistence farming. I'm just going to do silk. I'm going to specialize in silk, and my silk. Someone else says, I'm just going to do poppies, right? So they had this massively diversified economy with the paper money, and they had coinage that was used throughout Asia. Japan and Malaysia, they all used Chinese money. And it was the first time they started creating art for art's sake. This is the first time in the history of humans we have named artists, right? Artists weren't like just a job, right, where you painted like mosaics on a wall for somebody. You had art for art's sakes, and people were famous for being artists. Per se, they had names like a Michelangelo or Da Vinci, what Europe got like in the 1450s and the 1600s. They had mathematicians, they had science, they had engineering, right? All of this stuff. It was the Industrial Revolution, right? It was the Industrial Revolution 600 years before the Industrial Revolution, and the Mongols just put an end to it. Right? It's like, where would we have been, right, in the world if they had let the poor little Song Empire, continue on its way to create a truly, industrial revolutions with this underlying, artistic and art and science, it was elaboration, but it didn't. So, but they did have engineering. So it took the Mongols with their ponies 65 years to conquer Song China.